Peace, family. This is Mac 611. You're in the paint. Mac 611, aka the Dream Shatterer. Also, with me, I have In My Too Big For You and Ivy the Goddess. They aren't here right now, so I'll be holding it down until they become available. Tonight's show, I want to dedicate to a friend of mine who passed a number of years ago. My friend Tyrone Alston, a.k.a. Fly Ty, a.k.a. Nubian Night. He passed away yesterday on December 22nd. And, you know, I dedicate the show to him because that's my boy. And we miss him. R.I.P. to you. I hope you resting in peace. Your soul still dwells in me, brother. And I thank you for helping me be who I am. Tonight's show, we'll be interviewing martial artist Choice Skinner, another good friend of mine. That's like my brother. Choice Skinner is a martial artist. He's been a martial artist for a million years, probably. Born and raised in New York. Choice was always into some form of entertainment. At 15, he joined his first band and began writing music, short stories, and martial arts under the tutelage of Sifu Sensei Dyron Jackson. At 17, he worked on honing his skill in music production and moved to Augusta, Atlanta, Georgia. There he worked with various musical groups and talent of different genres. Choice also wrote songs and directed his first music video entitled Summer Rain for the artist known as Saran. In 1992, he opened up Daron and Darkan School of Martial Arts, D&D, the second largest school in Augusta, Georgia. A meeting with Tom Schrank introduced Choice into the self-defense system of Bajuka, in which he has become a certified full instructor in knife fighting, tactical baton, and empty hand. Choice currently lives in L.A., and I'm going to bring him in, and we're going to talk about his career. We will be talking about MMA versus boxing. The other caller, I see you in the queue. I'm going to bring you in soon, but we're going to talk to Choice. And you're live. What's up, Choice?
Hey. What's going on, Mark? You lying to them people saying we've known each other that long. Telling on our past, man. You telling us, you letting people know how old we are, man.
Yeah, but we look good.
Hey, that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters, brother. It's good to hear your voice. It's good to know you're doing well. I'm sorry about your loss. I didn't know about that. Was that someone that I knew as well, Tyrone?
Yeah. Remember Tyrone? He sort of looked like me, wore glasses. He had acne problems.
Yes. Wow, man. Wow. Whoa, man.
Tyrone passed about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay. That's who you're talking about. Okay. Well, definitely big ups to him, man, and big ups to him, man, and you know, much love to him and his family. Around this time of year, it's tough for a lot of people. So hopefully they are able to find some type of joy in his memory, rather than just the sadness and the passing. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on, man.
You're welcome, man. You know, it's an honor for me, being that I know when you started. So why don't you tell everybody what drew you to becoming a martial artist?
Well, I can say this for sure. Mark has been there on several occasions when I got punked back in high school. So I'm not trying to hide anything in the past in regards to my dealings with what put me on the path to the martial arts. So Mark can definitely pay witness to that. Just growing up in Brooklyn, man, you know as well as I know that we grew up in Brooklyn, and it was tough. It was always tough, and you had to learn your own way of defending yourself, and that drew me into the martial arts. I mean, I got mugged various times, and I didn't know how to fight. So initially I got into it to learn how to fight and to learn to protect myself. And as I progressed throughout the years, I started realizing that there was so much more to martial arts and self-defense and just protecting yourself. It was a way of bettering yourself. And actually, because I wasn't into conventional sports like basketball and football and baseball, stuff like that, although I did play a little bit of baseball, martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, all that stuff kind of it gave me a grounding, and I was more attracted to that type of stuff than the conventional sports.
Mm-hmm. And what styles do you know, and where are you in terms of you being a martial artist?
Well, I've been studying. This January will be 27 years. And I started I'm not going to tell you when I started because then that tell you my real age, and I'm not ready to reveal that yet, although I am proud of my real age. I started very early, and I started out in kickboxing first, and Shotokan kickboxing, and then Taekwondo. And the one thing about being on the pursuit of learning various forms of martial arts is mixed martial arts has always been something that was around. It was frowned upon early on, like in the early 80s and the late 70s. It was frowned upon because, teachers didn't want students jumping from school to school. But it was something that my instructors were very heavy into. So I would jump into a lot of different systems. So, jiu-jitsu, Aikido, ninjutsu, Wing Chun, Jeet Kune Do, Kali Eskrima, and currently now the system of Bojuka, which is my main system that I teach, and I am a higher up rank in that system. So, yeah, I have my hands in a lot of everything.
I see. Bojuka, what type of what is the system that is used? What is it? Is it a lot of kicking? Is it a lot of punching?
Well, Bojuka it's really an Americanized form of self-defense. Where you have something like Krav Maga, which is what people compare it to a lot. We say it's Krav Maga times 100. It's something that you can't really explain. You would have to do it to understand it. But it is the purest form of self-defense. It is the purest form of combat in our minds, where you're looking at all the variables of different attacks that, can happen, and you're defending yourself against anything that you're placed in. So, it's one of those systems that it's still a baby. It's 30 years old. We consider it a baby. But the beauty of it is that it prepares you for an Americanized form of altercation, not just something where you would just, be able to fight and not have a means of, defending yourself in court, which is the problem that a lot of people get into. You even see now a lot of MMA fighters fighting outside the streets, and, they're getting real confrontations, and they're getting caught up civilly in court because they can't explain why they broke someone's jaw off of a grab. You can't explain that. So Bojuka addresses that, and it says, look, we got to train these guys to have some sense of control, but not only control, to be able to defend themselves in any scenario, and also to be able to defend themselves in court. So we always say our motto is that it helps to keep you out of court and keep the criminal in, and that's how we approach it. Bojuka means boxing, jiu-jitsu, and karate. I tend to lean more towards boxing, jiu-jitsu, and Kali because my roots are very strong in Kali, in Filipino martial arts, which is, the Philippines, that's their main form of self-defense. But that's primarily what it meant, and it was created by Tom Schrenk, who is the founder of the system, and basically it's a pure form of self-defense. It's the realest thing that you could ever come to in self-defense. So we hope to, in the next year or so, have a film out because, films are what makes a system popular. And we're hoping that in the next year or so, some of the connections we have with film industry people will jump on what we're doing with it and put it in the films and, give me to choreograph it to show it in its full essence. And that way we can help to popularize it a little bit and get it out to the masses.